Hey, welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about the new integration of Flow with Microsoft Teams. First, John is going to provide an intro of what Flow is. Then I will give a brief overview of Teams, and we will discuss how Flow and Teams just became more integrated than ever, and how they can automate and simplify your business processes together.
Cool, thanks, Melissa. So the first thing to understand about Flow is what it is and what it's trying to solve. Flow is a platform as a service. Previously, we as people were the systems integrator, right? We would be the solution to every business problem. We would sit amongst dozens of software, services, all sorts of things around us, data flowing from one direction to the next. And what we saw was that we as the person had to do all the manual work between all of the systems. For instance, I might get an email every week, and that email has an Excel file attachment. In that attachment is the same type of data. I have to then take that data, move it over to SharePoint. From SharePoint, I need to visualize it in Power BI. All of these different things relied on me. I, as the person, was the system integrator. Well, let's introduce you to Flow. And so we ask, what is Flow? Microsoft Flow is a tool that helps non-developers work smarter by helping them automate tasks and workflows across all their various services. So some of the different ways that flows could be used, right? 1, getting notifications. Flow has a rich push notification system built into its mobile app. It also plugs into various different sources like email alerts, text alerts. You can get notifications on any platform that you are on at any time. Collaboration. Today we're going to talk about how Flow plugs into Teams and how you can use Flow and Teams together to collaborate that much more powerfully. Collecting data. Flow gives you endless options in collecting data, hooking into forms, hooking into SharePoint, button flows that allow you to pass information directly into Flow, tons and tons of different ways to collect data. And then let's not forget, very importantly, approvals. Microsoft Flow has a first-class automated approval system. It can send one approval, it can do group approvals, and we're actually going to get into a little bit of that later, so I won't talk too much about it. Let's move on to what makes up a flow. This is very important to understand. So there's 2 parts to a flow, the first being a trigger. And a trigger can be one of 3 different kinds. We have data events, like when an item is created in a SharePoint list, when a response is submitted to a form, when a record is created in Dynamics. All of these things Flow can be listening for and then take actions based upon that trigger actually taking place. We also have the idea of Flow buttons, where on my mobile device, or even physical buttons that we have in the real world, I could then press that button and that flow is manually triggered. Our final trigger for flows are scheduled flows, which you'll see some of today. Scheduled flows allow us to say, we need this flow to run on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. However you need it to happen, you can customize within the schedule. Now, on to actions. What are actions? Well, once we have a trigger, we then need to decide from that trigger what we want the flow to do. And so we have simple actions, right, where we can chain 1 or 2 together, like when something happens, let's create an item in SharePoint and then stream that to a Power BI data set for visualization. We also have complex actions where we could have, 7, 8, 10, 20, 30 actions in our flow. And then we can have different systems connecting in, we can have information moving out of the flow and back in, and we can begin to really build complex workflows that work for everyone. After that, we need to look at, so if Flow is a platform and its strength is in its connectors, what does it connect to? Well, Flow can connect to your cloud and on-premises data, right? We have, actually, this slide is a little outdated. I actually checked this morning, and there's 215 now instead of 210. We have over 215 out-of-the-box connectors, and let's say that you didn't find a connector that works for you. We also have the ability for you to go ahead and build a custom connector to connect to your API or RESTful service so that you can use it in Flow. Next, templates. Templates are a beautiful place to get started. You head over to the Flow site, click on templates, search the service that works for you. Guarantee you're going to find a template there that's going to at least be somewhat useful to you. If you don't find one, you can always start with a template, customize it, and actually make it fit and work for you. The last piece I'm going to mention here before I hand it back to Melissa to show us teams is that we also have different collections of flows. Some of them are for software development, for your HR department, for your marketing department. We went out, we talked to real customers, we got real use cases that people needed solutions for, and we built groups of flow templates that you can instantiate and use in your environment. They're super helpful. They're definitely easy to use. You can see here, if we jump into the education vertical, you can see that what one of those collections looks like. And so right there you can see like notify me in Outlook when a student completes a quiz. That one's for a teacher, right? Notify me and store the response when a student completes a quiz. These are two different variations that teachers could use to then empower their classroom with Microsoft Flow. And so to wrap it up, what is Microsoft Flow? Microsoft Flow helps you automate advanced scenarios with multiple steps, branching conditions, scheduling, looping, and more. It's your new workflow platform that allows you to automate all the manual tasks for yourself and for your team. And now I'll go ahead and hand it over to Melissa, and she's going to show you how we integrate with Teams.
Thanks, John. So if you haven't used Teams, let me give you a quick overview. Microsoft Teams is a virtual workspace where you can chat, hold meetings, collaborate on documents and content, and even work in other applications without leaving the Teams app. I want to touch upon the basic structure of a team so that you have a better context of the flows we are going to show you. Here, you will see the channels that are part of a team. Channels provide a way to separate the content and conversations pertaining to a specific topic or subgroup of people. At this time, everyone that is part of a team has access to every channel. Within a channel, there are tabs, as you can see right here, that hold your conversations, documents, and a wiki by default. You can add additional tabs where you can view and work on files, websites, SharePoint lists and libraries, planner tasks, Power BI reports, and even third-party cloud-based applications. As some of you may know, there has been a Teams connector with Flow for almost a year. The Teams connector allows for you to alert your team of any activity by posting a message in a channel. You can also get lists of your channels in Teams with Flow and even create a new Flow channel automatically.
And recently, Flow became even more integrated with Teams, with the Flow app, which can be found and downloaded for free from the Teams store. The Flow app allows you to create and manage flows right from within Teams. You can also review all of the Flow approvals you've sent and received, and additionally, you can launch scheduled flows using the new Flow bot.
Now, we will walk you through how to add the Flow app to your Teams application. So the first step is to search for the Flow app in your Teams store. You can search and discover apps and services by its name, category, or integration type. Apps and services can either be added to your personal app view, meaning it'll only be added for you, or in a specific channel in Teams, meaning it'll be available for team members. At this time, the Flow app is only available for you in your personal app view, but in the future, it'll be able to be added into the channel. So I'm going to go ahead and search for Flow. It's right here. And all I need to do is click install. So once you search for and find the Flow app, just hit install and it'll be added to your personal view. Now you can navigate to it from the left side of the app. As you can see right here. And now we can view the conversations, flows, and approvals. Conversations is where you can type a message to the Flow bot and make a scheduled flow run on demand. Flows is where you can create and edit your flows, and approvals is where you can view your received and sent approvals. We'll talk more about all of these items in the upcoming videos.